Alright, so the dev team decided they want to do a GT campaign for the month of September. So we're gonna go through a little series here and go through some of the latest characters who I think have a chance of getting some sort of buff during this campaign to make GT an actual viable team. First up, we're gonna take a look at Universal Spirit Bomb Goku. Okay, let's take a look at Super Spirit Bomb Goku from GT. This character here is a defense type. Yeah. So, of course, they released Metal Cooler recently, who was also a defense type, and hopefully, if they were to buff this character, they don't try and do the same nonsense that they did with Cooler, which they probably even can't because this character only has one life and endurance. But yeah, enough ranting about how bad Cooler is, and let's discuss how this character can become meta viable again, or at least what I think they could change. So let's go straight into unique abilities. Um, the base stats here just change this. Like Final Form Frieza, of course he's an ultra, so they go above and beyond for this character. Let's look at the recent LF release. So let's take a look at not Cooler, not him. Let's take a look at Kefla. So Kefla's got 270% damage and 180% damage guard, and she's offense centered unit. Now, if you actually go back and take a look at my Cooler video, actually, I was a bit. I'm still pretty much disappointed that the devs said they wanted to make characters match their roles and fulfill their roles. This character is a defense type, therefore, of course, he shouldn't have these stats and be able to do everything that Kefla does because she's an offense-centered unit. However, as a defense-centered unit, he needs this value over here. This value over here. Like if I could just zoom into this number here. He needs this. This character just needs this. Like this character, you could just not even touch this character's damage at all. Recent equipment for him that just gives him 180% damage guard base, and or gives him 200% damage guard base, and then give him base stats. And let me actually pull up like an equip real quick. Let me pull up an equip for a character. Let me pull up. All right, so I've pulled up two equips here. One for the Ginyu Force that they recently got, and then one for the most. I think this is the most recent LF unit equipment with the Goku and Tag Frieza. Now, I think if we're looking at this character over here, as I said before, all he needs is damage guard. He is a defense type. All he needs is damage guard. Just give him damage guard. There's no reason to hold back on defense types on damage guard. You can give this character like no damage inflicted and just give him damage guard, and I really think he would fulfill his role well. So on it, let's take a look at this base kit here so we can really get into what an equipment might need. We're going to talk about the base stats just now. Um, when he comes in, he has type neutral defensively. This is strong. Like this is already a strong ability to have. Like most characters already have this. I think not most, but some characters do have this when they're defensively strong. Let's take a look at even Frieza. Frieza has this. Whenever Frieza comes in, I'm pretty sure he gains type neutral. Yeah, he gains type neutral here on battlefield entry. This is an offensive centered unit who just gains type neutral just defensively when he comes in. There's no. I think this is a really valuable ability here. Then he increases his own Dragon Balls, which is pretty good. They could bump this up to activates 2 times, maybe. I don't know. This is just an equip, so I don't think they would do anything too major. He restores his health gradually, and then he gets more damage inflicted. He buffs his GT allies. He buffs them. He gives support, and then he increases the enemy's strike, blast, and special move costs. This here, they just need to increase this. Like in the current meta, we getting 5 cost is not anything. Like if we look at Ultra Frieza, an offensive centered unit here, I believe he gives you like a much higher arch cost increase whenever he gets hit. So when hit by an enemy arts 1 time, he will give them plus 15. This character only gives plus 5, so in an equipment they could give him plus 10 to all arts costs, and that would stack with this to make it a plus 15, which that would make it pretty decent. And then Next part is kit here. Blast and strike arts power. This is just just give him more damage guard. Just give him damage. Don't even worry about arts power or whatever. Like in this equip, just give him damage guard. Give this guy a damage guard. Give him 10 costs. Maybe give him 15. Like generally, this is a defense type. He needs to really be just focused on taking hits. So they would give him base stats. They give him an arts cost increase debuff. They could do that, and then yeah, give him damage guard. Give him base stats. Give him the cost stacking. Like a cost stacking would be pretty good. Let's look at a character who does do cost stacking. I believe Beast One could probably show you this pretty well. We're gonna have to dig through a whole 10 paragraphs here to find it. Yes, here it is. When hit with an enemy arts attack while this character is on the battlefield, plus 10 to all arts costs for 5 counts. If they give this character this ability, he's already a better defense type than Cooler is. Give him this ability. I don't see a reason why he can't have stacking arts cost increase. Just give him this ability. He's a defense type. Give it to him. It's pretty simple. This character does have a unique gauge. I'll also get to that soon. Then he gains card draw when the attack is over. This can stay the same. We don't need to really worry about that. And then he has endurance. He has endurance whenever his health gets set down to 0. Now, he also gains cover null whenever he uses a strike or blast his first time using one. And then he has his unique gauge. And then this is his effects of his unique gauge. So, base, what they need to do is that they could give this character this kind of equip here. Give him the 15% health, give him the base stats, and then give him health restoration. I really think they need to bump this damage guard number up to just straight up be like 180, like at least 150, like at least. But really, they should put this guy up to 200. I don't see any reason why they can't put this guy up to 200, and then they can keep this ability here basically the same, just copy and paste it. And then the third slot now is what really needs to change. So for the Guinea Force here, they gave him this kind of ability where they draw a card, they get key, and then damage guard and damage. Now, of course, this is more of an offensive kind of kit a little bit. Like if they just copy and paste these two abilities here, copy, paste, and then change this value here to be like 180, 190. Really, realistically, they should put it at 200, but 180, 190 would probably be okay, alongside the base stat boosts, and then that'll serve as the base stats. Then in the third slot here, they could give him a couple of abilities. If you give him one, the main ability here that would really help this character would be here, the cost stacking. Give him cost stacking whenever he gets hit. Just give him cost stacking. That's one. And then the second thing they need to worry about is his gauge. Very slightly charges own unique gauge every time an ally uses a strike or blast arts card. Give him charge rate. Like this gauge charges pretty slow. Like maybe I could pull up a video real quick about this character so you can actually see how his gauge charges. Alright. I'm just gonna take a little clip here from Ryuden's video here. You can check it out. Here's his channel. Here's the title here. Just to show you how his gauge charges. So there you see he uses one attack, and just look at how little that gauge filled. And I'd zoom in if I could, but let's keep it going. Yeah, look at that. He's already used 2 cards. Just look at how little that gauge charged from all those attacks. So this is how his gauge works. Whenever somebody launches an attack, it fills up, and this charges pretty slowly. So I think if they wanted to buff this character, they would want to give him charge rate. I really think that they want to give him charge rate for this gauge here. And once it fills up once, it doesn't reset. So when it fills up, he restores ally health by 30%, ki by 30. He gains plus 30% damage, and then he gets Dragon Ball, and he enhances his arts here. We'll go over what this enhancing arts kind of is, but I think the best way they could play into this gauge in a hypothetical third slot, they would need to increase his charge rate for his gauge, Like just buff it up. Like really, this gauge should not be taking like a whole game to fill. So that you can buff up your health, ally health. No, this only gives the current character health. So on this gauge being full, they should give him just extra damage guard. If they're gonna like do something where they give where they like they did with Cooler, where they're gonna give him 100 and okay, I don't even want to imagine they're gonna do something so stupid again. But if they're gonna give him like 110% damage guard just base, let me look at the post Zenkai here. If they're gonna have the gall to give this guy 110% damage guard, like at least on this gauge filling, he should get like a plus 20-30% just permanent damage guard uncancelable. But honest, of course, going based off the assumption that they do what I think what I wish they would do, and what the smart move is, which is to give him around 180, 190, maybe at lowest 160 damage guard. Here they could give him a plus 20-30%, just base, and give him charge rate so that he can get to this point. So he tanks hits, and then as his allies attack and as you counter attack and you're aggressive, this guy will become more tanky. So that once you're done attacking, you're on the defensive, you swap to this guy and he's tanking hits. That's the easiest way I see them making this guy super tanky. Now, again, playing into this gauge, it'll enhance some of his arts here. Let's take a look at what that does. Do they show it here? So it'll enhance his main ability. Let's take a look at the main ability. I'm not sure if they show here what happens when it's enhanced. But it's pretty irrelevant to what this character needs. This character needs damage guard. He needs damage guard and then stacking arts cost, and I'm pretty sure he'll be a really good defensive unit. So give him just go here, copy, paste, change this value here to 180, and then on the third slot here, give him the stacking debuff. Give him the stacking debuff, and then give him the ability to increase his gauge at a faster rate. Give him extra charge rate for his gauge. I think that would make this character like meta viable again. Alright, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Type it down below, whether or not I'm right or wrong. Feel free to disagree. Love to hear what other people may think this character needs. But yeah, this character is a really good potential like core unit for this team. Like this team is gonna need someone to tank combos.